In today's world where negativity seems to loom around every corner, it's crucial to remember the wise words of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He taught us, do not be envious of one another, do not inflate prices for one another, do not hate one another, do not turn away from one another, and do not undercut one another, but rather be slaves of Allah and brothers amongst yourselves. What does this truly mean for us? At its core, this teaching is a call to embrace positivity and foster a sense of brotherhood and unity among ourselves. It warns us against letting envy, greed, hatred, and dishonesty seep into our hearts, as these negative emotions can corrode our inner peace and disrupt the harmony of our communities. Envy, for instance, makes us resent others' success and happiness, blinding us to our blessings. Inflating prices and undercutting others in business are forms of economic injustice that harm community welfare. Hatred and turning away from each other destroy relationships, creating isolation and mistrust. The Prophet, peace be upon him, guides us to be slaves of Allah, which means to submit ourselves to His will and live according to His teachings. This submission is not a sign of weakness, but of strength and freedom from the chains of petty emotions and harmful actions. By viewing each other as brothers and sisters, we recognize the inherent dignity and value in every person, paving the way for a society built on mutual respect, understanding, and support. This message from the Prophet, peace be upon him, is not just about avoiding negative actions. It's about actively cultivating positive qualities like generosity, kindness, and empathy. It's about building a community where everyone strives to uplift each other, recognizing that our collective well-being is tied to how we treat one another. By heeding this profound advice, we can create a buffer against the negativity that tries to invade our lives. It encourages us to look beyond our personal grievances and competitions to a higher goal of communal harmony and personal peace. This is a timeless reminder that in the end, our strength lies not in dominance or rivalry, but in our unity and our ability to see each other through the lens of compassion and brotherhood. 2. Broken promises. In the intricate tapestry of human relationships, promises stand as threads binding individuals with bonds of trust and expectation. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, illuminated this aspect of human interaction with profound clarity, cautioning us against the characteristics of hypocrisy. He stated, "It is a sign of a hypocrite. When he speaks, he lies. When he makes a promise, he breaks it. And when he is trusted, he is treacherous." This hadith, recorded in Sahih Bukhari, serves as a stark reminder of the gravity of breaking a promise. It's not merely an act of failing to fulfill a commitment. It's a breach of ethical conduct that Islam places immense value upon. In Islamic teachings, the act of making a promise is akin to entering into a covenant not just with the person involved, but also with Allah Ava. Each promise carries with it the weight of trust and the expectation of delivery. When a promise is broken, it doesn't just erode the trust between individuals. It reflects a disregard for the sanctity of one's word, which is a direct reflection of one's character. Islam holds integrity and honesty as foundational virtues essential for the well-being of the individual and the community at large. The breaking of promises can lead to a ripple effect, disturbing the social fabric. It undermines relationships, breeding distrust and skepticism. When trust is compromised, the cooperation and mutual respect that society relies upon start to erode. This is why Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, highlighted trustworthiness as a hallmark of a true believer's character. Understanding the significance of promises in Islam also requires recognizing the balance between human fallibility and the aspiration towards moral excellence. While Islam acknowledges human imperfection, it encourages a constant effort toward integrity and honesty. Making a promise is a serious commitment, and one should only make promises that they genuinely intend and are able to keep. If circumstances change, making it impossible to fulfill a promise. Islam teaches the importance of communication and seeking forgiveness from the affected parties. In light of these teachings, it becomes clear that keeping one's promises is not just about fulfilling a specific task or obligation. It's about embodying the values of honesty, reliability, and trustworthiness. It's about respecting the trust others have placed in us and honoring our commitments as a reflection of our faith and character. As followers of Islam, striving to keep our promises is an expression of our commitment to living a life of integrity in accordance with the teachings of Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him. Through this lens, broken promises are seen not just as personal failures, but as missed opportunities to demonstrate faith in action. Each promise kept is a step towards nurturing trust, building strong relationships, and fostering a community grounded in mutual respect and love. In this way, the guidance provided by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, on keeping promises transcends individual acts, guiding us towards a path of collective harmony and spiritual integrity through emotional manipulation. In discussing emotional manipulation, it's essential to reflect upon the profound wisdom shared by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He once said, "The believers who show the most perfect faith are those who have the best behavior, and the best of you are those who are the best to their wives." This powerful statement holds the key to understanding the impact of our actions and words on others, especially in close relationships. Good behavior, as highlighted by this hadith, encompasses a wide range of virtuous actions, but at its core are honesty and kindness. These qualities are the antithesis of manipulation and deceit, which can corrode the bonds of trust and affection that tie us to one another. Emotional manipulation, a tactic where one person uses emotional triggers to control or exploit someone else, stands in direct contradiction to the principles of good behavior that Islam upholds. Avoiding emotional manipulation means communicating with transparency and empathy. It involves respecting the feelings and autonomy of others rather than seeking to control or influence them for personal gain. This principle applies to all relationships, whether with spouses, family members, friends, or colleagues. It calls for a conscientious effort to understand the impact of our words and actions and to choose those that uplift and support rather than harm or control. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized kindness and the best treatment, not just in general but specifically towards one's spouse, highlighting the importance of these virtues in the most intimate of relationships. This serves as a reminder that the strength of our faith is reflected in how we treat those closest to us, and that true piety is manifested in acts of genuine kindness, not in manipulation or coercion. To navigate away from emotional manipulation, we must cultivate self-awareness and empathy, recognize the signs of manipulative behavior, whether in ourselves or others, and strive to foster relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Remember, the essence of Islamic teaching is to build connections that are rooted in trust, compassion, and sincerity. By adhering to these principles, we not only avoid the pitfalls of emotional manipulation, but also embody the values of a true believer as described by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It's through these actions that we can hope to achieve the most perfect faith, marked by exemplary behavior that enriches our lives and the lives of those around us. For set explicit boundaries in the profound wisdom of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, we find guidance for all aspects of life, including the importance of personal boundaries. He said, "The Muslim is the one from whose tongue and hand the Muslims are safe, and the believer is the one people can entrust with their lives and wealth." This teaching goes beyond the mere avoidance of physical or verbal harm. It lays the foundation for a community built on respect, safety, and trust, emphasizing that true faith reflects in our actions towards others. Setting boundaries is not about isolation or harshness, but about defining a respectful space where each individual's rights and dignity are upheld. It's about knowing where we end and where others begin, ensuring that we do not overstep or allow others to overstep into our personal, emotional, or spiritual spaces. This mutual respect for boundaries strengthens relationships, making them more meaningful and free from misunderstandings. Setting explicit boundaries involves clear communication of our limits and expectations. It's about saying no when something goes against our values or when we are stretched beyond our capacity. It also means being mindful of not imposing on others, understanding that just as we have rights over them, they have rights over us. This balance is what Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, sought to teach us, ensuring that our interactions contribute to a harmonious and supportive Muslim community. Setting boundaries is a reflection of self-respect and respect for others. It signals that we value ourselves and our well-being, recognizing that protecting our mental, emotional, and spiritual health is paramount. It also shows our respect for others' autonomy and their right to personal space and peace. By setting explicit boundaries, we create a safe environment for ourselves and those around us, fostering a culture of mutual respect and trust. This not only benefits our personal development but also strengthens the fabric of the Muslim community, embodying the principles of care, respect, and love that Islam promotes. In doing so, we honor the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, ensuring that our tongues and hands bring safety and trust, not harm or doubt. 5 absences in critical moments in the journey of life. We often find ourselves in situations where the support, empathy, and presence of those around us become the cornerstone of our resilience and ability to navigate through challenges, reflecting deeply on the essence of companionship. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, imparted a profound lesson that continues to guide the Muslim Ummah through the ages. He said, "The believer to the believer is like a solid building. One part supports the other." Sahih Bukhari. This vivid metaphor not only illustrates the structural integrity of a building where each brick or component plays a crucial role in sustaining the whole, but it also beautifully mirrors the interconnectedness and mutual support expected among believers. The wisdom in this hadith extends far beyond the simple act of being physically present for one another. It encompasses a holistic approach to support, indicating that just as each brick in a building contributes to its overall strength and stability, so too should each believer actively contribute to the well-being, strength, and stability of their fellow Muslims. This is especially crucial in times of hardship, sorrow, or crisis, where the weight of one's trials can feel insurmountable. In such moments, the presence, understanding, and empathy of a fellow believer can be a source of immense comfort and solace. Being there for each other in critical moments does not only mean offering a shoulder to lean on during times of grief or difficulty, it also means celebrating each other's successes, encouraging one another in pursuits of goodness, offering constructive advice with kindness, and reminding each other of Allah's infinite wisdom and mercy when faced with life's tests. It is about embodying the spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood in faith, where each believer acts as a guardian supporter and sincere well-wisher to the other. This principle teaches us the value of empathy and understanding, recognizing when our brothers and sisters in faith are in need, sometimes even without them having to express it. It encourages us to be attentive and responsive to the needs of our community, to listen actively and to offer our help and support in any way we can, whether it be through words of encouragement, acts of kindness, or simply by being a compassionate and attentive listener. The absence of support in critical moments can weaken the very fabric of our community, just as a building would weaken if its bricks were removed. Therefore, it is incumbent upon us as believers to heed the advice of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and strive to be present for one another to strengthen the bonds of faith and brotherhood and to support each other through the trials and tribulations of life. By doing so, we not only uphold the teachings of Islam, but also cultivate a community rooted in love, empathy, and unwavering support for one another. 6. Selective availability. In the fabric of Islamic brotherhood, every thread is crucial for the overall strength and resilience of the community. The teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasize the profound bond that should exist among Muslims akin to that of a single body. He stated, "A Muslim is the brother of a Muslim. He does not wrong him or let him down, he Muslim." This powerful hadith sheds light on the expectation that Muslims should be there for one another, providing support and assistance whenever needed, without discrimination or hesitation. Being selectively available where one chooses when to be present or absent in the lives of friends or family, especially in times of need, directly undermines this foundational principle of Islamic brotherhood. It creates a divide where support is conditional, given only when it's convenient or beneficial, rather than a steadfast commitment. This behavior not only weakens individual relationships but also erodes the communal bond that Islam so heavily emphasizes. The spirit of this teaching from Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, encourages us to reflect on our actions and attitudes towards those around us. Are we there for our brothers and sisters only when we have something to gain, or do we stand by them unconditionally, offering our support, love, and companionship purely for the sake of Allah? This hadith calls us to evaluate our commitment to the values of empathy, selflessness, and solidarity. The concept of brotherhood in Islam transcends mere emotional support. It encompasses practical assistance, be it financial, physical, or moral guidance. It's about being a consistent, reliable presence in the lives of others, offering a shoulder to lean on during hard times and a hand to celebrate in moments of joy. This level of support reflects the essence of a community that thrives on mutual respect, love, and the unwavering belief that we are indeed our brother's keeper. In embodying the true spirit of Islamic brotherhood, we are urged to challenge ourselves, to rise above personal convenience and self-interest, and to be available to our brothers and sisters in Islam. By doing so, we not only adhere to the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, but also contribute to a stronger, more cohesive community, one that stands together in the face of adversity and celebrates together in times of triumph. This commitment to constant support and brotherhood is what builds the foundation of a vibrant, thriving Muslim Ummah united in faith and in action. 7. The importance of intention in Islam. Intention, or niyya, holds a pivotal role in shaping our actions and their outcomes. The profound saying of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, actions are but by intention, and every man shall have only that which he intended. Sahih Bukhari serves as a powerful reminder of this truth. This hadith underscores a fundamental principle of Islam. The value and reward of our deeds are determined not just by the actions themselves, but by the intentions behind them. Understanding this concept requires us to reflect deeply on the motives that drive our actions. For instance, when we perform a charitable act, is it for the sake of Allah and to benefit others, or is it to gain praise from people? The same action, outwardly appearing identical, can be elevated to an act of worship with the right intention or reduced to mere showmanship with the wrong one. This principle applies to all aspects of life, from worship to our interactions with others. In worship, The intention differentiates between acts done for Allah's sake and those done for worldly gain when fasting, praying, or giving in charity. Our intention purifies these acts, making them acts of worship and means of drawing closer to Allah in our daily interactions. Intentions play a critical role as well. A simple act of kindness driven by a sincere intention to please Allah and help His creation can have far-reaching effects, not only benefiting the recipient but also enriching our own spiritual journey. The focus on intention encourages Muslims to continually assess and purify their hearts. It is a call to introspection, urging us to align our deepest motivations with Islamic values of compassion, justice, and sincerity. This alignment transforms even the most mundane activities into acts of worship, as when performed with the intention to comply with Allah's will and guidance, they gain spiritual significance. The emphasis on intention also serves as a comforting reminder that Allah's judgment encompasses not just our actions but our circumstances and capabilities. In situations where we might be unable to perform a desired act of worship or goodness, our sincere intention can still be rewarded. This concept highlights Allah's infinite mercy and understanding of the human condition. The importance of intention in Islam teaches us that the true measure of our deeds lies in the purity and sincerity of our hearts. By keeping our intentions pure and aligned with Islamic values, we ensure that our actions are meaningful and beneficial both in this world and in the hereafter. It invites us to live consciously, making each moment an opportunity to earn Allah's pleasure through sincere intentions and righteous actions. 8. Understanding one's rights. The profound saying of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, "All of you are shepherds and are responsible for your flocks," as recorded in Sahih Bukhari, serves as a cornerstone for understanding the Islamic perspective on responsibilities and rights within our social fabric. This metaphor of a shepherd and their flock beautifully illustrates the duty of care and guardianship that we hold towards those entrusted to our care, whether they are our family members, friends, or even members of our wider community. In the context of this hadith, being a shepherd signifies the role of a protector, guide, and caretaker, highlighting that every individual has a sphere of influence and responsibility. Just as a shepherd vigilantly watches over their sheep to ensure they are safe, well-fed, and protected from harm, we too are tasked with the well-being of those within our circles. This extends beyond mere physical needs to include emotional support, spiritual guidance, and moral accountability. The concept of your flocks underscores the diversity of roles we play in life as parents, siblings, friends, leaders, or colleagues. Each of these roles comes with its unique set of responsibilities and rights. Understanding these rights is crucial. It encompasses recognizing the dignity, respect, and needs of others as outlined by Islamic teachings. It's about ensuring justice and fairness in all dealings, advocating for the vulnerable, and fulfilling our obligations with sincerity and compassion. This hadith encourages us to reflect on our actions and their impact on those around us. It calls us to be conscientious in our interactions, to be just and kind, and to strive for harmony and mutual respect in all our relationships. It's a reminder that our responsibilities towards others are not just duties but sacred trusts given by Allah, which we will be accountable for. In embracing this wisdom, we also recognize the importance of self-awareness and continuous learning. Understanding one's rights and responsibilities is an ongoing journey requiring us to seek knowledge, engage in self-reflection, and consult with those more knowledgeable in matters we are uncertain about. It's about building a community based on mutual respect, support, and understanding where the rights of each individual are acknowledged and upheld. By internalizing the message of this hadith, we are guided towards a path of responsible stewardship in all aspects of our lives. It teaches us the significance of compassion, accountability, and the pursuit of justice, urging us to make a positive difference in the lives of those we touch. In doing so, we not only fulfill our roles as conscientious members of society, but also draw closer to the ethical and spiritual ideals of Islam, fostering a world where the rights and dignities of all are respected and protected. Armed with these 8 strategies, we can navigate through life's challenges with grace and wisdom. Inshallah, it's about balancing the beauty of our faith with the realities of our daily interactions, always striving to embody the best of character. Let's carry these lessons with us, for they are lights on the path of righteousness and peace. Thank you for spending this time with us. For more content that enlightens and inspires, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Drop your thoughts and any topics you'd like us to explore in the comments below. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum. May peace be upon you all.